I'm not kidding. I actually managed to do it, and it is so insane to me because it is the first time ever. But we'll get to it. Let's just jump straight into it. Hello my brothers and sisters, my name is Daidarius and welcome to my manga haul of December 2024. We are finally here. We are at the tail end of the year and it's time to dig into my last haul of the year. I'm not going to dwell too much on it or stall too much. I'm just going to dive straight in because holy hell, let's begin. And first up we have Sakamoto Days Volume 10. This is a biggie because it's the final volume on my wish list for Sakamoto Days. I am so happy that I actually managed to get this. All I can say is this cover almost looks like it belongs into the Fire Punch series of those covers. I love it. Cannot wait to dig into it. But mostly, I'm just thrilled I managed to get all 10 volumes that I set out to do. Holy hell. But yeah, there's only one volume. We got a lot more to go, so let's just keep going jumping. And next up we have the Elusive Samurai Volume 8 and Volume 9. So I didn't really plan on getting more Elusive Samurai this year and just postpone everything else to next year. But there was room because I finished up some other series. I almost managed to get 10 volumes this year, and just as with Sakamoto Days, I started collecting it this year. So I think that is quite commendable to be able to get 9 volumes considering all the other things that I got. Might just be me. I'm not gonna delve too much on Elusive Samurai. Haven't read it yet. Just how it goes. I just want to jump straight on to the next one because they're kind of connected. And next up we have Dandadan Volume 8 and Volume 9. And I believe with this volume I am caught up, but I'm not sure if Volume 10 has just gotten out. Otherwise, I'm more or less caught up with Dandadan already, which of course again is insane. I just started this year and I'm already caught up. That's just how it is. I'm not complaining. I'm getting tired of saying this. I'm looking forward to reading this series. I'm really looking forward to reading that series. We've just gotten 3 series in a row where I have yet to read a single volume of them, but I'm gonna get to it next year. I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. I'm just happy that the 3 new additions to my collection this year I managed to get everything I set out to get and some more because I only committed to 7 volumes for Dandadan and from Elusive Samurai I managed to get 9. So how about that? Alright. On to the next one. And next up we have Kaiju number 8, Volume 11. Kind of a chore to read bi-weekly or monthly whenever they drop the chapter, but in volume format it just flies by so quickly and effortlessly, and it's just a joy to read. Kaiju number 11. Kaiju number 11, I guess it's a new Kaiju. Kaiju number 8, Volume 11. On to the next one. And next up we have Helck, Volume 12. The final volume, and this is a thick boy compared to the other ones, but yes, I finally managed to complete Helck, which means 2 things. 1, I managed to finish it off my wish list, but also 2nd, I can now show the final connected cover arts of this manga in real life. I don't have to use the PNGs anymore, and it is long just looking at it. It was actually quite difficult for me to get this video here, but it does look sweet, and again I think it's nice to see something different than just connected spine art. That's some series that I own also try to do the connected cover arts. You don't see it too often, but when you see it, it just often stands out. But yes, Helck, looking very much forward. I'm just sounding like a broken record. Looking very much forward to reading this one because I've heard nothing but great things about it, and it has piqued my interest for I think 3 or 4 years at this point. Alright, on to the next one. And next up we have Solo Leveling Volume 10. I must say I'm getting a tiny bit tired of seeing Sun Jin Woo on the cover. I think we have had 3 covers of the current 10 that did not feature him. There are so many awesome side characters or enemies in this manhwa. Why only focus on him? I don't get it. Again, I'm not sure how many volumes of this is gonna be. My guts say 14. I'm gonna get 14 volumes. You heard it here first. Alright, on to the next one. And next up we have Rooster Fighter Volume 6, the most important volume of my haul, because if you know me, you know I always glaze Rooster Fighter. It is the second coming of manga genius. I love this series. It is stupid but awesome, and everyone I know and meet, even random people on the street, I stop them and tell them read Rooster Fighter because it is epic. If you haven't read it, what are you doing with your life? It is One Punch Man in Rooster format fighting Kaiju. 10 stories tall Kaiju. What more do you want? But just getting real for a second, it actually is quite awesome. Besides the art. But also it has a lot of heart to it when it wants to, considering it's starring roosters. I'm just looking forward to see where the stories go, and also curious of how long it's gonna be, because we know what the end goal is gonna be, but how long it's gonna get going, I'm not sure, because it is still fairly new. But we'll see. All right, let's get on to the final 2 volumes. And next up we have Record of Ragnarok Volume 12. This was a leftover from former month haul. It was the one that they couldn't find, and then suddenly they could find it and then send it to me. So with this, I'm also caught up on Record of Ragnarok. Finally, I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. I'm just gonna get to the next one and then get to the main event. Next one. And next up we have Trigun Maximum Volume 2, the next deluxe edition of Trigun. I still love the design of these. Up until now, Dark Horse has not missed one single deluxe edition design. Also, as I stated when I got the first volume, which was just Trigun deluxe editions, I'm kind of a bit bummed out that the color of the volume is red, because Helck is also red, but when you see them next to each other, they are a different shade of red, so it's not that bad. And also it is the main character's coat color, I believe. But anyway, that is my manga haul of December 2024. That is all I managed to get in 2024. So before I leave off, I want you to follow me to the update of my manga wishlist. Holy hell. So let's bring up the list, and first of all, I set out to try and get volume 9 up until volume 12 of Record of Ragnarok. Just got volume number 12, so I'm gonna cross that off the list. Then there's Rooster Fighter. I set out to get volume 5 and 6 because apparently we only get 2 volumes each year. Just managed to get volume 6, almost half a year late, but don't mind that. Crossing that off the list. And finally, volume 7 up until volume 12 of Helck. The second half of it. Just got volume 12. I'm crossing that off the list. It's looking amazing. And then looking on the other list, we can see that I managed to get volume 2 and 1 of Trigun Maximum. So I'm crossing that off the list, and I set out to get the first 10 volumes of Sakamoto Days. Just got the 10th volume, crossing that off. And then that is that. Oh, right, about that one. Turns out that last month I missed one. I don't know why I missed it, but I missed it. Last month I got volume 2 of volume 1 and 2 of Soul Eater Not Perfect Edition. Crossing that off the list. And would you look at this? Page 1. Page 2. All of it is crossed out. Holy shit, I did it. That's insane. But yes, that is my manga haul of 2024, just all of it. I got everything on my wish list, and it is something I'm gonna be conscious about when I'm constructing next year's manga wish list. It's good to be ambitious, but also try to make it doable. And the further we got into this year, I could see it was gonna be doable, especially after I managed to get Jacko the Galactic Patrolman, because it has been haunting me for 3 years. So it's epic. I'm gonna touch upon this, I think, next year when I'm doing my list. But that's for future me to decide. Anywho, what does your manga haul look like? And what theme are you gonna make next year's manga haul? I did it a few years back. I made the year of shonen where I managed to get a lot new Shonen Jump series. I'm also looking at the landscape, gonna name or give a theme to next year, but you'll have to wait and see what that's gonna be. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me for all this long, and also I hope you're gonna have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, good time if you don't celebrate anything, and I'm gonna see you in my manga collection video that's gonna drop at some point, either late in December or in January. They take a shit ton of time to make anyway. Looking forward to see you there. Alright, until I see you in the next one, remember to stay awesome. See ya.